What is up, everybody? It is your boy Triple G93 here, giving you another commentary match of Halo Wars 2. This has been quite the routine. Happy Monday, since this is usually coming out on a Monday. Hope you had a great weekend, and the start of your week is going strong. And so, the opening is very simple. It's just a simple supply gen type of thing. This is also one of those games that I've had in my backlog for quite some time, so I don't really remember much of it. It'll probably come to me while I am saying this. I am playing as Colony. I do not know who my teammates are. Red is playing as UNSC. I know that because of the map, and Orange is playing as Covenant. And we're going against two UNSCs and one Covey, and the Covey's on my lane. In fact, I think this may come to me. I have no idea. I think maybe an Arbiter is on my right side. But we'll see. It's a little basic econ opener. So fun fact, when you're playing on 3v3 and you've got this side of the map or even the left side of the map, you can actually make an additional grunt to go ahead and gather resources and still have enough to be able to go ahead and make that second gen on time for your fourth building slot. So it's a little efficiency thing where you can get additional resources, and it also helps you fight out a little bit. And so as you can see, I already got my gen upgraded. I started producing skitters. I'm going to make supply there because my mini base is going to go ahead and have my war console associated with it. If I'm going war console, we're going to find out right now. I'm going engineer skitters instead, actually. So this is going to change things up. And we're going to see how this build just turns out. So, you know, based off the title, I made the moves that I need to make, and we'll see if I did or didn't. And so, continuing skitter production and also upgrading that gen, get that going, and then we're going to go ahead and start working on the next node. Now, I do feel bad for my red teammate there by fighting the nodes while he was right there, but, you know, your boy got to get some power, and that node needs to be taken. So, just going to go ahead and help him take that out, and then we'll go about capturing that node. And as you see, I think I queued up, okay, I thought I queued up chopper, but I guess I didn't. So with that skitter production, we're going to see if we stay on this infantry tech or if it's going to be engineer skitters and choppers. We'll find out with this next building point. So vehicle symbiosis, we're going to go choppers for sure, and we're going to use vehicle symbiosis to go ahead and upgrade our skitters. This is a build that I've used a couple times where it's more mech heavy. Get those vehicle symbiosis on the skitters, which you then attach on the engineer, and it's just really nice to have. That's just extra armor, extra range, and it just helps your units out a lot more. And so green backs up, sees what I have. He still wants to go ahead and engage, but I have a good amount of grunts. I just put in vehicle symbiosis to save that skitter, but he ended up backing up anyways. And now we're going to go ahead and start up our chopper production as well. We still don't have our first engineer out yet, which is kind of sad. I made that and I never really did much with it, and so there we go. We're gonna finally get our first engineer out. I guess not, but that's what I would have loved to do. But instead we're gonna go ahead and just grab a second base right away. That's what it looks like. We're gonna go ahead and start expanding towards mid and upwards. So that means I've already decided to go ahead and give up the base on that right side from blue. And so the reason why is because I feel like sometimes that base can be hard to defend because they're going to have that high ground. I do have a little bit of high ground myself, but instead it does look like we are stronger on the top side, and Orange is having an engagement over there, and I'm going to go ahead and stop green from taking the mid power node. And so trying to send my my chopper skitter, but it does look like he's going to have that covered up pretty well with the additional marines that are showing up. So we're going to go ahead and take that out, and then we're going to get tech 2, and we're going to go and make those engineers. And that's such a shame. Green got that high ground, but we did stop him from completing that capture altogether, which that part is pretty nice. It doesn't look like there is much there for green, so that was definitely push potential if I want to go ahead and do that, but didn't decide to do so nevertheless. So it does look like my expansion was a kind of bad idea because Orange is kind of pinned, and Red doesn't have a second expansion yet, so I'm the only one. And speaking of which, there's Jerome, so that's my cue to go ahead and fall back. There's no way I could fight that with my current army. We're going to go ahead and go double foundry on this main base. We're going to hot group both of those. And then we're going to go ahead and get that war console, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, we go harvester instead. So don't know when our colony will show up, but we're trying to go for a full-scale retreat. This is going to be a pretty interesting fight if he chooses to go and engage me. Light blue had taken that base at the top, which is also a problem in itself. So we'll see if our teammates will be able to handle that. Definitely dropped into vehicle symbiosis on my chopper and the chopper with the skitter. And now we have red falling back with his snipers. He's providing great, excellent coverage. We're going to go ahead and upgrade that stronghold. And now there was a little red flag. There's blue. There's blue attacking my mini base. I don't have a shield gen, but we're going to go ahead and put in money towards a shield gen. And there's Jerome trying to put a Y move on my building, but those snipers are going to be able to cover me quite well. So I did get hunter brands just in case. I do have to send in my choppers over here to go ahead and fight this. I know I'm a little bit concerned by blue if he pushes my lane, but I have to go ahead and take this out, because if not, the sniper and the bunker will be rendered useless, and that is the last thing I want. So just like that, we were able to take out that hero. Great Mac comes down to help push him back. Tried to time it with the hunter brand, but that also missed. But we're going with a full-scale retreat. We do have engineers to help heal our base. We do have units, and looks like our shield gen should be up any second now. Will we lose that gen in the back? Yes, we do. Okay. It's a little bit unfortunate. There is siphon on these guys, but it does look like this is something that we will be able to clean up entirely. A vortex is going down, but that's a very useless vortex because, right, I'm in a shield gen, so that's going to do nothing to me. Green is trying to rotate over to me, but once again, that's not really the bestest idea because we're going to be able to clear everything that's here. So scatter bomb does go down. Start moving my units out a little bit, but I didn't really lose anything, and I killed everything over here. So it was very good that that shield gen came out right on time, and I chose to build that as soon as that mini base was getting attacked. And now we're going to just go ahead and try and get a counterplay off of this. We are lacking on the supply department, so we're going to go ahead and get a sensor tower to help with the snipers and the bunkers. And we're going to go ahead and push and see if we can get anything out of this. And so we're still missing, we're still very dry in the supply aspect of it. And look at this. Blue has decided to go pure air. 2 apexes. We got to get ready for this. So I want to start targeting down one of the apexes to stop this machine production from happening. I do have grunts to help fight this, which is not going to be a problem. Will I continue to target down the apex? I believe so. We got marauders showing up. We're continuing our production with reavers. I have a cleansing beam going down. We got to go ahead and try and split, and the split is looking fantabulous. Look at that. We took no units lost. A lot of damage, but we have engineers to go ahead and heal that. So we're spreading out that damage. That damage is looking quite good. I don't know why I go back to my base to build vehicles when I have them hot grouped. So we are upgrading our supply, and we're getting another supply as well. And it looks like we're going to be able to take out this base relatively soon. We got reavers popping up as well, and so this is looking incredibly good for us as a whole. So that's going to be taken out, and we're getting turrets up for base defense, and we're going to be able to take out blue's base. So very strong play in that regards. Red is still on one base, which is very unfortunate in that regards, just due to the way we chose to expand. That's my fault in that degree. But I'm going to go ahead and keep up this pressure that we got going on because, right, dark blue is just trying to go air. He's playing as Desi, and so I get it. He wants to go with the air. Great hunter brand and a pull by their leader to go ahead and do a lot of damage over here. We do have our skitters that we want to go ahead and attach to units. We don't just want them to lay there. Now we went and made an apex there all over again. We're going to self-destruct that. We do need a 3rd gen because the Covenant is very power hungry. So we got rid of that base, and now we're going to go ahead and try and push blue again, and there he goes. Double apex once again. We don't want that happening, so we're going to go ahead and try and apply as much pressure as possible. We popped in a vehicle symbiosis. I'm going to go ahead and retreat a little bit because light blue is here to save his teammate, but it is meaning that he's going to sack his base at the top. If you look at that mini map, we got ourselves a vortex that is going down, and I'm going to go ahead and just teleport my units a little bit more back. We are going to lose some stragglers along the way, but I am doing good pressure such that everyone's focused on my side, so that way they're going to go ahead and lose that base on that forward side. And so we are capturing that node on that side as well, and that means I've opened up a base opportunity for red to go ahead and take on my side, which is actually pretty spectacular. So we're going to go back and we're going to keep on poking in and out. At least that's what I feel like I'm going to go ahead and do. Keep that pressure going, because we don't want blue to get a maximum amount of air, right? We don't want that. So we want to continue to do as much damage as we can towards blue and force him to try and send his army. And speaking of which, they have siege now, so definitely going to need a shroud. We're going to send a grunt to go ahead and cap this, and there goes blue with this Desi air. But we do have reavers. That's not a lot of air. I could pop there's a Y move for the engineer to take less damage when they're inside that circle, which is really nice. We have great micro going on with our reavers, and that air is just not going to be able to do anything to me. That's not a lot of air. I have plenty of air, plenty of anti-air, and I could just chase this all the way through. And that's what I end up doing. So blue ends up losing his base over here, and there's a big engagement at the top between red and orange. We can't really see what's going on there, unfortunately, because we're in my perspective, which is why I wish we had the ability to look at replays. I think that would be spectacular, but you know, I'm not here to have a discussion about 343 and how I feel what they did with the game. Anyways, going back to more positive notes, we're going to go ahead and push straight on through. I'm giving supplies to my teammates because I know they need it, and I'm just going to go ahead and keep this pressure going. It's looking very good. It's looking very great. Our colony is finally coming up very slowly, but I don't even think we have our colony with siphon yet. Like, I don't think we really prioritize upgrades for that whatsoever, but I am giving my teammates some supply. Colony is on his way, and unfortunately caught me in a very distracting moment. I've lost one skitter and I've lost one marauder. So honestly, all in all, it's not that bad. Blue is trying to now switch to hunters, which that is the correct move, but at this point it's a little bit too late. We have plenty of army here. We have hunter brand if we need it. We have engineers to heal our army, but he is double producing hunters, which will start becoming a problem. But our colony has just arrived. Our one upgraded colony. He doesn't even have siphon yet, but he's there to go ahead and try and tank for a little bit, sit right in front of the base and do as much damage as possible. We finally got combat repairs, and oh, we got to go ahead and go for a full-scale retreat. That's a lot of units by green. I don't feel confident about this fight, mainly because my colony is not upgraded yet. So we are taking some losses, but we are also killing units from them as well. We're going to wait. Everything's bunched up. We're going to TP out, and we are going to lose probably a reaver or two, but all in all, it's still a pretty good engagement by me. So light blue is still doing incredible work at that left-hand side, and I can't really collapse on this side because red's base is over here, and red's currently assisting orange. So we have ourselves a very interesting dilemma. Their mid for green is playing incredibly well, trying to shift over and help change the tide of war. Tide of the turn? I have no idea. But trying to change that outlook for the enemy. And he has a lot of Cyclops. He has some good units. And so I'm gonna try and take another good engagement over here, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and retreat and fall back to turrets. Lost one engineer skitterer, and we're gonna keep trying to make some more. But right now, it's looking pretty interesting in regards to this whole fight as a whole. And so green is starting to push, but we do have one turret here, and we're going to keep trying to hide behind the base as much as possible. So he does have siphon for the turret, which is pretty good. Great Mac ends up going down, and now that's my cue to try and do as much damage as possible, but those hunters are starting to become a problem. So I am making some locusts to get a little bit of range, and red is starting to shift over to go ahead and assist. But he does have an anti-vehicle turret that was upgraded. We do have our reinforcements coming in as well, which is looking pretty good. And we gotta just make sure we don't lose our locusts to this hunter. And we're just keeping this engagement up. I mean, there's not much that we can do here except try to hold. It does look like we are going to hold. There's a nightingale that's in view, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to do much. And we do have those locusts able to survive. And now red's coming in with this mass colossus that's going to just help clean this up entirely. And now this is just great counterattack potential if we're able to go ahead and just carry through with it. Orange is still in a very tough situation. He has Wolverines and Vultures, and our Desi is also going mass air. I know, a very similar story that we hear over and over again, but he's trying to hold to the best of his ability. Hunter Brand is going to go down. Very beautiful Hunter Brand at that. Look at all that damage that came through. And meanwhile, we're just going to go ahead and carry on with our push. We need this push. We have all the counters that we need. We have the Colossus. We have anti-air. And even if they go Hunters, Colossus is going to counter that as well. And so this is looking like a very, very, very strong push. Pop the Shroud to keep our units invisible while we go ahead and chip up as much damage as we can. Giving more supply towards my teammate because I never even upgraded the pop. Cleansing Beam does go down, but Mechanical Overcharge does get popped as well. And so we're going to keep on trying to go with this push. We have everything that we need, and it's bunched up really nicely too. That's kind of concerning, but we are doing a little bit of micro to go ahead and fix that situation. And Light Blue's base is pretty much a goner. Like, those Colossus are also doing some great work. And we were able to go ahead and take out Blue and reset Green's army, which gives us another great opportunity to just go ahead and go after Blue's base once again. So this one will hopefully be the one in which we can take him out entirely. Now, is he still on the Hunter tech? I don't know. He did switch back to air, but it's not really the best move just because I have Reavers, and you need a mass amount of air to go ahead and do something about it. So we're going with a very good push. We got some 3 locusts in the back with skitters, and here comes a vortex that's going down, but we do have a great Y move by the Johnson in general, which gives great defense as a whole. There are some Cyclops that are showing up, but the Colossus is just going to kill that, and my colony is just going to move forward to try and go after that siege. Y move is popped, gives some cloaks, so that way their siege isn't going to do as much damage as he would like. And this base is on a timer. It's on a timer. He's trying to get more siege. I understand why. Spartan drop, I think, goes down. Yep, Spartan drop goes down, so he's going to be able to steal some Colossus, which is really unfortunate. But we are trying to still mitigate as much of this as possible. Mac ends up going down as well, right on himself to try to deal with those Spartans. And their cutter on that side is holding our Decimus quite well. And so look at that. 3 Colossus were stolen. Not looking so good in that regards. But we have level 1 colony. And we're just going to go ahead and just keep on doing the damage. Keep on doing the damage. And if we can take out these 3 Spartans, that's going to be pretty magnificent. We did lose a Reaver and Locust from that drop. And we're going to keep our production going. And there's Jerome. If we could take out Jerome, that's going to be a pretty good, successful story here. Yep, that Jerome's going to be taken out. He went on the high ground, and there he goes. He's taken out. And now Blue has been eliminated from the game. It's now 2 versus 3. They're on the clock. And so pretty much this game is going to be coming to a close soon. All in all, I think I played this very well, making that shield gen right on time. As soon as that mini base was being made, I chose to divert all my supply, right? I was holding up for that 600 to make that shield gen, and it worked out to my favor. It needed to happen. Vehicle Symbiosis, great ability, but still need to figure out the best way to go ahead and do it, right? If you have a locked base, you can do more with the Vehicle Symbiosis, but then you don't have continuous reinforcement right away, so I don't know yet. Still figuring that out in that regards. Trying to get a push here, but those anti-vehicle turrets are just shredding my army. So we're trying to get rid of it as much as possible, but those anti-vehicle turrets are brutal. And we went right back into the Shroud to go ahead and protect our units. We're trying to get a push here, but the rest of our reinforcements is not really here yet, and the colony is going to need to retreat. Light Blue is finally gone, so that's my cue. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to deal with this. I got myself a Shroud, and look, I predicted it. Like, I called it out before I even did it. I know myself way too well. So now that this game is practically over, all in all, I think it was just very well performed. I pressured Blue on that counter when he sacrificed everything to go after my main base, and was never able to let him recover afterwards and notice that, hey, if you want to go mass air, that's a bad idea. I'm just going to sit underneath your base and try to take advantage of that. So all in all, it's a pretty good match altogether. So 30 for 93, 13 for 45, and 61 for 68. it was a pretty even match all around, and that's it for now. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope the start of your weekend is going to be awesome and amazing, just like you. And I will catch you all in the next Halo Wars 2 commentary. And yeah, have a good one. Be awesome. Stay awesome. G out.